Hi there, here's another Cornerstone Media training video. This one's for projection and using Proclaim. Today I set up the third monitor to be used for as a confidence monitor within Proclaim. So what that means is the back wall monitor isn't going to just be completely redundant to the main screen. It's going to be similar. It'll have the same information on it, but at the same time it will include some performance and stage specific cues if so desired that we can use. I just want to kind of go over a couple of the immediate things that we can have access to. So here's Proclaim. This is just our Sunday service that we had today. I'm gonna show you a couple of things we can do. So here's, you should see now another little box here. That's the confidence monitor. So I have it set up here at home. So one of the things immediately we can do is up here at the top right. I'm already projecting on air. Obviously there's a thing being displayed and I'm in preview mode, but right here there's a couple things that we can do. So these we haven't gone over before, but these are quick calls up to the stage. So I can type in here, this could always be done, but I can type in here some text and that's going to go up on the primary display. You can't see it on this screen, but it's it would be on the primary display. This here is to the stage display. So this right here will only show things for the worship team or speaker on the back wall. So for example, slow down, that'll show up, and as you can see here, it says slow down. So if you wanted to give that direction, speed up, you could say, hey, you know, you're taking too long. You can give timer warnings, so you can say up 10 minutes, 10 minutes almost up, 1 minute, 1 minute's almost up. You can say finish. So there's a few immediate calls that we can make right up to the backstage. So adjust microphone is an example. So all you have to do is hit this button and it will show up on the backstage. You can also just type right in here. So you can say, you're being silly, right? And then bam, it'll just show up right on the thing. So that's a kind of handy little thing you can do. One other thing you can do is, for example, over here on the left, all of our service elements, these were, so I'm just gonna, oops, don't want to play the video. These were the slides from today's sermon. So for example, one of the nice things Proclaim does is it has a lot of time-based features. So like we start at 8:30, you might say, okay, by the third song, it should be some amount of time. What you can do is you can go up to add item, come down to cues, and you can say start confidence timer, right? So you could say right here, I want to start a confidence timer. Whoops, let's move that down to here. Okay. If I go into edit mode, I'm going to click on the confidence timer. All right, so now what I can do is this timer is going to start counting down, right? You're going to be up or down to this time. So let's say I start at 10:30 or 8:30, and at this point in the service, I want to start a countdown. So I'm, you know, let's say the agenda has said we start worship at 8:30. We want to start preaching at 9. This is our last song, so I want to move this above the last song. So no matter what happens in the service, once I'm done the announcements video and we're starting this last song, I want a countdown timer to 9 a.m. right? And that will show me now. It's showing 23 hours here because it's 7 8 o'clock at night or something. So it's quite a ways from 9 a.m. right now, but you get the idea. I'd have to set this, it's 8 o'clock, so let's say, for the sake of this reference, let's say if I said 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. If I set that timer to 8 p.m., then it'll count down the amount of time. So, you know, if this was, now I had to set this to 8 p.m. because it's, you can't see my clock, but it's almost 8 o'clock right now for me. So that means that I'm counting down to 8 o'clock. But if this were service time, and this were 8:30 a.m., then I might say, okay, I want to, once I get to this point in the service, anything beyond that, it's going to show this countdown timer to let the people on the stage know we have 20 minutes until 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock we want to start the sermon, so just bear that in mind, and it'll have that little countdown clock right there. You can also say count up, count down. Now, one of the things is if you change this, it's assuming, the system is going to assume that you're doing this. I edited it out, but I had set this to 9 a.m. for display purposes, and then it showed 23 hours because it was 23 hours till 9 a.m. for me right now. But on service, it wouldn't be that issue. So if I change this back, it didn't reset automatically. The point is, it didn't reset automatically to 20 minutes. I had to go off air and go back on because it's just remembering. Even if you change this dynamically in the middle of the service, you have to go off air and back on. So editing that live is going to be a little bit trickier. I think you'd probably want to just start a new confidence timer if for some reason you did have an issue where that time was set wrong and you needed to change it quickly. You'd want to just add another queue. Let's say it's a service start at 8:30. We know service is going to end at 10 o'clock. Hopefully. You could say count down to 10 a.m. and show an overtime counter. So if I set this to that, just a minute later, what you'll see is it's going to hit 0, and then it's going to go red and start counting up. So basically, this is just saying you've gone over time. This stuff like this will be up to the staff if they want that. I'm not sure that all speakers are going to appreciate knowing that, you know, hey, you're in the red here. But it's a tool, should we desire to use it, and we can communicate with the team to say, hey, this is something that we can do now. You can also add a stop confidence timer. So if you want to stop the timer, you can add that in. So one of the other things you can add is a stage direction. This is similar to Note. As far as or a custom message, kind of like the other messages I showed at the beginning there, where you could just kind of type something in that stage area. One of the differences between this message and these is this could be for a service note. So let's say on you've prepared the service for somebody else. So you're Betty or Paula or Liz or an Amanda, and you've made a service, and somebody else is going to be running the service. You've just prepared it. Maybe you want to put in a note at a slide. Maybe you notice something while preparing it, and you can just put some details related to it. Those will show up right here with the slide. So then obviously the speaker only sees this message. It could be notes not correct, and then you could see some details here saying, pastor called me and said, or emailed me and said something's going to be different regarding the slide, or see attachment, or see element 42, you know, and it's farther on down. Anyway, there can be a note. So this could be both for the stage and the presenter. You know, it's just a tool to use should you desire to use it. So another thing to note is videos won't play. So I'm on air, I'm in preview. When I go to video, the video you can't see. on the preview screen, it's only playing on the presentation screen. Obviously, you still have it as the projectionist here, but it's not going to show up on the confidence monitor. So that's it. That's all I have to say about the confidence monitor. I hope you found this useful, and you have a good day, and thanks for serving with me.